Land Rover, as you may be able to tell from my luxurious roof lining. This luxurious roof lining is absolutely useless at the moment because I'm currently waiting for the AA. Yeah. It's not very often that my vehicles succumb to having to have the AA, but today is the day. Yes, a very poorly Land Rover. It developed a misfire and started making a horrible noise, which is a bit strange. The noise doesn't seem to be there unless you drive it, and I presume it's because of the misfire. I thought, you know, it's not sparking on that one cylinder, so the piston's going up and down without compression or a bang, shall I say. But with it running now, if I start it up, starts on the button, press the button, starts up straight away, but it's obviously running with a misfire. So I pulled the leads off one by one to see which lead makes a difference, and number 4 and number 3 don't make a blind bit of difference. So the Land Rover is basically running quite happily on tickover on 2 cylinders, but I just can't figure out why. Excuse me, I just had McDonald's. Yeah, I've swapped the spark plugs around. It's a carburetor, so it's getting fuel down there. The plugs aren't wet, but they wouldn't be because the plugs are working, they're sparking. The HT lead's putting a spark across. I've taken the plugs out and started it up, and it's firing out, you know, compression out of the holes. So it's got compression, it's got spark, and it's got fuel. So why is it misfiring? Why isn't it doing anything on cylinder 3 and 4? It's just really strange. I'm trying to think in my head, is it the timing out? Is that what it is? But the distributor hasn't moved. The rotor arm's clean, the cap's clean, nothing's moved. So yeah, it's just really, really weird. I'll let you listen to it. Right, here we are in the Land Rover. Ignition on. Maybe it's a bit of choke. So it starts. As you can hear, not very happy. Bit shaky, but you know, not terrible. If I get hold of lead number 4 and pull it off, it doesn't make a difference to the running. You can hear it sparking. If I pull off number 3, that makes a very slight difference, but not a lot. But if you pull off number 1, you can hear instantly it wants to die, which I don't blame it. And the same would be with number 2 as well. I'll probably give myself a shock. There you go. So, what is going on? Poor Nimlet. Well, I've just been waiting and waiting. Not too long now. I think my friend and colleague Archie is coming to save me. And get this recovered back home to my dad's in Tewkesbury. And I'm gonna have to leave it with my dad and let my dad have a look at it. I think he's planning on taking the cylinder head off so we can investigate whether there's maybe a head gasket fault or a valve gear fault. any cracks in the engine, any piston issues. I mean, when Archie gets here, hopefully we'll be able to do a head gasket test, so we'll know if it's that. And I've got a compression tester at home. I don't think Archie's got one on the van, but I've got one at home, so we can do a compression test. I'm just trying to figure out what is going on. Archie is here. He's just done a test on the cooling system to see if the head gasket's been leaking through the cooling system, but no sign of that. So it still could be the head gasket, just not leaking into the water jets, maybe just gone between the two cylinders. I've just ordered a new head gasket because the head's got to come off anyway, but we're still none the wiser. Well, here we are. Nimlet is back home on his 2 cylinders. Obviously I didn't drive him on his 2 cylinders, and unfortunately I won't be doing any work to this. It will be my dad, so check out my dad's channel. I don't know what channel he'll put it on. I'll put a link in the description of his channel, and hopefully he'll give us some updates. If not, I might turn up and see what's going on. But I've just ordered a head gasket set, so I think the head's got to come off either way. Fingers crossed it's a nice easy fix, and it's just a £30 cylinder head gasket. Jessie's here waiting for me. She's filthy. Today was meant to be my day of cleaning and polishing Jessie ready for Gaydon, because there's a Rover show on. It's just dirt. I need to touch up these chips. I don't always leave my car open, but I did now. I need to do something about this as well. It's horrible. I haven't got my dash mount for the camera, I don't think. I'll check in the glove box, but if I have got the mount, I'll put it on so you can see me drive home. If not, we'll see me at home. Can't play music in here. Well, I found my sort of phone mount, but unfortunately the phone mount only allows the camera to be looking at me, and to be honest I don't think it's got a very good grip on the little GoPro here. There we are. I'm just leaving my dad's. So I'm off back home now to wash Jessie. The Land Rover is now sat at my dad's, feeling sorry for itself. Really hope that it's just the head gasket or something simple, you know, like a valve, whatever. We'll see. But I thought, since I got the camera pointing this way, I'll try and have a little chat to you about the Land Rover, seeing as this is what the video's about. For those of you who don't know, I am 34 years old, and I bought that Land Rover when I was 18, so I've had it quite a long time. It's the car I've owned for the longest, and I just can't bear the thought of getting rid of it. There's been a few times I've thought, well, I might as well just sell it because I'm not using it. I tried doing a bit of off-roading for a bit of trialling, but I don't have a lot of time to do that anymore because of work and all my classic car shows and everything. Plus it was really putting wear and tear on that old Land Rover. So when I moved house a couple of years ago, the Land Rover really wasn't getting used. It was just sat at the end of the road, getting covered in tree sap and spiders. It's still got loads of spiders in it now. Oh. at you back briefly, but I don't think you're on there very well. Yeah, so the Land Rover was getting covered in cobwebs and spiders and everything. And my dad said, well, I got space on the driveway, you can keep it here if you want. And I can sort of use it now and then and, you know, keep the wheels rolling, keep the cobwebs off. And I said, all right then. Anyway, it sat at Dad's for a year. And Dad used it, he took it to work and that. Then he said, oh look, it needs welding. So at the end of last year, as you may have seen on some of my older videos, me and my friend Graham did a load of welding to the chassis. And Dad's been using it quite a lot for work and things. And doing little improvements. We've done some wiring. Police undercover. Yeah, made some improvements. Dad did. Anyway, he's been getting it ready because my stepmom starts a new job soon, and she's going to need the Mercedes to go to work in. So Dad's gonna, or is hopefully gonna be using the Land Rover to go to work in, because he doesn't work that far away. So it's a nice little run for the Land Rover, and to me it's nice to see it being used, because I really don't have time. I've got this P4, I've got the P6, I got the Allegro. I mean, the Allegro I haven't had out for a couple of months. So if Dad wasn't using the Land Rover, it would just be deteriorating. So I'm glad that Dad's using it, but unfortunately it's let us down. I really don't know what's wrong. I'm about to get on the motorway now, so it's probably going to get a bit noisy, and you're probably going to fall off the windscreen. So we might have to continue the conversation when we get home. Woo! Right, we're off the motorway. I just stopped in a lay-by to get you balanced back on the holder. To pull out safely, because it is dual carriageway. Just get up to speed. I was talking about my Land Rover. So I bought the Land Rover when I was 18 because my uncle left me some inheritance money, and I'd been itching and dying to get a Land Rover since I was about 12. And I scoured the magazines. Bear in mind there wasn't much of an internet when I was 18. I was scouring all the magazines trying to find the Land Rover for sale. Really, I wanted a Series 2 truck cab or hardtop. But I ended up with a soft top Series 3 lightweight. Every advert I rang up, because I still had a budget, I only wanted to spend about £2 grand. On a Land Rover, because it was going to cost me £1,000 to insure it at the age of 18. Every advert I rang up for a Series 2, Series 2A, they were all sold. I remember there was one, it was a Series 2 long wheelbase, and it was white with black stripes like a zebra. And I really wanted that one, but it had been sold. And I saw the advert for the lightweight, because I quite like lightweights. It just wasn't high on my list of wants. I looked at it, I thought, well, it does look good. And it's not that far away. So I arranged to go and view it with my dad. And my dad was all over it. He said, oh, you got to buy this, it's really good. It's really good condition, and runs sweet, drives nice. So I bought it. I paid $2,500. I went slightly over my budget. $2,500. And it was up for £3 grand. I got him down to $2,500. My dad drove it home for me. And I drove my little Fiesta back home. And it's been very reliable all these years. It's got about 80,000 on the clock, which I believe is genuine. I can't remember what it had on when I got it. I think it was somewhere around 60,000. So I haven't used it that much. I used it daily for a little bit, here and there. I went to London a couple of times, go up and down the motorway. I did off-roading in it, moved house in it several times. All sorts of things. It's been really good, but this is the first time that it's proper let us down. I mean, I've had gearboxes fail. I've had two gearboxes go on it, and one overdrive unit failed. What else? Clutch master had that fail. That's the only times I've had to be recovered, was the clutch master and the two gearboxes. Well, one was the overdrive unit. I had to be recovered. It jammed itself in neutral, so I couldn't select any gears, which was very annoying. Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry if I'm boring you, but when I bought the Land Rover, it was beige, or a sandy colour, and it had a sandy, pinky coloured canvas roof on it. That canvas roof rotted away, and the seagulls near where I worked stole it. The seagulls ripped my canvas to shreds to make their nests with. It was so horrible, little buggers. cheap truck cab, you know, that just covers the front seats. I bought one of those, which didn't really fit the lightweight very well, and it was really noisy. It got so much condensation in it. It wasn't pleasant. So as soon as I could afford one, I bought another canvas, but I bought a black one, and the black one shrank really bad. I mean, oh yeah, it was so gappy. So that only lasted a couple of years, and then stupidly, for some reason, I bought another black one. I just really like the black canvas. I bought another one, but I bought an oversized one, so they knew it, they shrunk. It said in the advert the black canvases shrink. I don't know why the black ones do. So we've oversized this one, so to begin with it would be too big, but it will shrink to size. And it's true, it did. Apart from the back window bit. The back window bit shrank and shrank and shrank until it just didn't fit anymore. And I thought, you know what, I'm really fed up with these blimmin' canvases, because they cost a fortune. So I managed to pick up that hard top quite cheap, and I think it fits well. But the colour change was probably around 2013. I got fed up. Excuse me. I got fed up with the beige paint. It was all flaking off and it looked tatty. And I thought it looked really cool if it was white with the black canvas. So that's why I painted it white. I always thought it was cool that it was a lightweight, but you can call it a white weight. I know, weird, isn't it? But yeah, that's why I just can't get rid of the Land Rover. I mean, it's been with me so long. Can't bear to see it go. So I am glad that Dad's using it, and it's in relatively safe hands. Though he doesn't look it at the moment, but he does look after it the best he can. Better than I was, because I was just letting it deteriorate really, because I just didn't have time to deal with any of the problems. So I used to just sort of patch things up and bodge things up just to keep it on the road really. But yeah, once Dad's planning on getting his own Land Rover, because I don't think he likes my fluffy headlining. Once Dad gets his own Land Rover, I'll probably get mine back then. And I don't know what I'll do then. Where's it going to go? Although Raimi did enjoy driving him, so I can imagine Raimi using it a bit more. Pop down the shops with. That's mostly what I used to use the Land Rover for. I used to have my P6 as the show car, or the long distance car. And then if I wanted to go shopping, I'd just take the Land Rover, because I wouldn't care if someone, you know, smacked their door into it, or, you know, a trolley rolled into it. It wouldn't matter on the Land Rover. I'd be more upset if it was my P6. So yeah, the Land Rover might become a glorified shopping cart again one day. Maybe when I'm a bit older. I can see me, 40 years old, popping down the shops in my fluffy Land Rover. Anyway, I've probably bored you silly, so I'll go now. Thanks for watching. Bye! The power. back home safe and sound. And back to being in my hallway. Bye.